This is the part you'd expect to be the whole story. A big coastline, the color, the movement. That larger-than-life feeling. The version that looks like I woke up inspired. But listen closely, because the magic isn't the montage. It's what you make from this. This morning I didn't feel like painting. Not because I don't love it, because I felt off, unmotivated, heavy in my own head, in the same way we all do. But I came anyway. No plan, no idea, just a blank canvas and the kind of wind that makes you question your choices and your clothing decisions. Then the day starts offering me little hints. A shoreline doing what it does, and a bright red kayak cutting through the water like cold isn't a negotiation. I didn't arrive with enthusiasm. I found it in someone else. I borrowed it for a minute, just long enough to remember I'm allowed to start without feeling ready. So I set up slowly. Brushes, paint, water, and then I do the thing that always helps when I'm stuck. I start noticing, not the big picture, the small, specific, right in front of me things, the patterns in the sand, the sound of waves doing their steady work. I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. Coming back to the canvas is the most vulnerable part, because blank space feels like a question. But today I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here to show up long enough for something to shift. So I start with water, surprisingly a lot of it, a bolder choice than I anticipated having. I let the paint move like a tide, loose, fluid, unplanned. Like I'm not painting the beach, I'm painting what it feels like to be near it. And all too suddenly, I'm not even shy about it. I'm just moving. It's getting real dark in here. And somewhere in here, the world starts to blur in the best way. The cold is still cold. The wind is still wind, but it's not bothering me in the way that it was, because I'm not negotiating with the day anymore. I'm just in it. And that's what I forget on mornings like this. You don't wait for the right mood. You make contact with your life until the mood changes. And then I realize I've found it.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.
I start collecting the place more intentionally. Not just the colors, but the textures, the tones you can't photograph, the feelings you can't explain. I've been noticing my art shifting lately. Less literal, less, this is exactly what I saw.
With you and I, the future is bright.
More experiential, like I'm trying to paint something that meets you in your body, not just your eyes. It's funny because everything I wanted to avoid this morning is still here. The cold, the wind, the discomfort, my freezing fingers. I even ran back to the truck for a break earlier just to warm up. But now I'm so inside of it, it doesn't seem to matter. Nothing out here changed.
Before I sleep,
it was me that did.
Hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do.
So I get closer. I let the details lead the way. because inspiration isn't usually one big lightning bolt. It's 100 tiny, noticing moments stacked on top of each other.
With you and I, the future is bright.
This is where the painting becomes a record. Of a tide, of a gust of wind, of a day that didn't start inspired but ended honestly. And I love that because it means the magic is available, even when you don't feel like you have it. If you're watching this and you've had one of those mornings where everything feels heavy for no clear reason, I just want you to hear this. You don't need to be in the perfect mood to begin. You need a first move. Change your setting. Step outside. Put your hands on something real.
You and I can weather any storm.
Go find one small detail that's still beautiful and let it be enough for now. Borrow enthusiasm if you have to. Borrow it from a stranger in a kayak. Borrow it from me. Borrow it from the ocean doing what it does no matter how anyone feels. And when you find your own again, you'll pass it on without even trying. That's the cycle. That's how we keep each other going. And the more I think about it, the more I realize inspiration is contagious. It passes between us quietly, effortlessly, like something you catch without meaning to. That's what I love about making art out here. It doesn't feel like it belongs to me alone. It feels borrowed from the coastline, the color, the movement, and from the people who show up beside it. And maybe that's the real montage, the tiny choices to look again, to stay a little longer, to let the day offer you something and actually take it. So if you're watching this from the middle of your own messy day, maybe you can borrow a little of it too. So here it is. Is it the best painting I've ever made? No, but it might just be the truest one to this day, because the point wasn't perfection. The point was the shift. The point was starting with wind and ending with a smile that actually feels like mine. That's the art of it. The magic isn't the montage. It's what you find within yourself to get you there.